My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so oh, okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, guten Abend aus Deutschland, good evening from Germany. Miss Amber's posted another video. I cannot believe she's trying to clickbait and exploit one of her relatives again. The title is The Truth About My Mom, Trigger Warning, Addiction, Prison, etc. Vlog. The whole thing is about 14 minutes long. Let's see what she had to say this time.
Hello, welcome.
Hey.
To a new vlog. So we stopped and got some gas and my mom's like,
are you kidding me? Will you ever stop eating unhealthy foods? It's almost like she's not sitting there at 600 pounds.
try these. She had them in
Yeah, if you want to look like her, keep snacking.
her back seat. And I said, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Maple bacon popcorn.
And she's salivating as she's reading this.
You guys, it's weird, but it actually tastes like bacon.
Moving on. We were talking about it in the comments, and I honestly believe not only, or no, let me rephrase that. I'm convinced that she has completely given up on life, and she is not trying to lose weight, but also that she is actively aiming towards or planning for moving in with her mom. We were talking about it in the comments yesterday. And here she is, stuffing her face some more and sounding all nonchalant about it.
I thought that was cute. She's never really like counted calories before, but she's trying, so.
Yeah, you are not?
Yeah. Anyways, I recommend.
Are you aware of the fact how many you've stuffed in your face while talking? Probably not. And of course we're going out to eat again because this girl cannot be bothered to cook her own meals. She can probably not stand up long enough, plus it takes away too much of her time that she could be spending stuffing her face. I guess. I have no idea what is going on in her life.
Okay, you guys, so I got a new phone. I'm currently using it, so if the quality is bad, I have to figure it out because last time this happened, I had to like do a setting type deal. So yeah.
Are you high? Why are your eyes so small? Is that from the new camera phone, or what is up? Your skin is also breaking out more. Okay.
We're at this place called, what is it, Flower Child?
Yeah.
My mom wanted to try it. It's like healthy stuff. Cute. We're number 64. I guess they're gonna bring the food to us because we had to like go up there and order it. And I got like a lemonade moment. It's actually so cute in here.
Of course you got a lemonade moment because you're not counting calories. Dude,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is where we're sitting in a little booth area. Like, look how beautiful.
We know you're not sitting on chairs anymore. We know you're sitting in booths.
So there's my mom's food. She has shrimp, brown rice, and broccoli. And I got mashed potatoes, salmon, and like this mac and cheese.
Yeah, because we're not watching what we're eating. Keep stuffing face. Keep going.
Are you excited, Mom?
I am.
Okay, we're about to, I'm gonna do a taste test.
I started my diet yesterday.
Do you want them to know?
No,
My mom started a diet yesterday.
What is that?
She wanted me to tell you about her diet.
Yeah, maybe you should be telling us about your diet. And this time maybe the truth. And actually being serious about saving your life. Is she seriously looking into the viewfinder again before she's stuffing her face for the second time? And we're only not even 2 minutes into this video.
Counting calories. All right. Mashed potatoes.
And we're reporting her again because obviously she doesn't have the IQ to learn that this is not what you can be doing at 600 pounds, having proven and documented on your channel that you can do nothing but gain weight and lie to your audience. And this is how you're making your money on YouTube. You do not get to stuff face on camera anymore. You do not. I mean, you can do it if you want to do it for free, because that's where you're headed. That's where you are headed. I want to see you stuff your face. Like, you know, whenever Chantal says, I just love sharing my meals with you and me not having to eat alone. You don't have to eat alone. Yeah, I want to see them do it for free. That's when you have proof that it is actually their passion. But no, this is them glorifying and exploiting their food addiction. And I'm so disgusted. I'm reporting her again.
That tastes homemade.
How do you know what homemade tastes? You drown everything in gravy, cheese, and seasonings. You have no idea what something homemade, cooked homemade would taste like.
A little mac and cheese moment, and it's like dry, which
Yeah, stuff your face some more.
you guys know I'm a dry girl.
You are a pathetic girl.
Wow, that's good.
I didn't know if I was supposed to. Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, the 600-pounder is filming herself in a restaurant stuffing face. Let that sink in if you were the server.
So much. Enjoy, okay? You too.
Thank you.
Because she can't have a job that would get her an income out here, so she has to stuff face until she drops dead.
This broccoli is gone.
She said you enjoy it, you said you too. All right, salmon.
Yeah, and the look into the viewfinder. It's almost like she doesn't care anymore.
With my shrimp.
Herpes on her lip, the eyeliner almost all the way out to her temples, a dry shampoo in her hair, and no shame at all.
Oh,
And of course the feeder necklace on, you see it there, past her hair.
good. You like it, Mom? She's in heaven, I'm in heaven. We're good.
And stuff in her face some more, another timestamp. Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh, Amber. You need to get yourself some glasses. Throw out all those sunglasses and get yourself some nice prescription glasses and check yourself out with them on. Holy cannoli. This is the dress that she was already wearing in 2019 during her heaviest times. Here's proof of that.
So we're currently at Walmart, and Walmart is like stepping up their game. Like, what is happening? Like all these pillows and like the decor. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, you're just a shopaholic. You have absolutely no taste. You dress like a, I don't know, 60 to 80-year-old woman that has no idea what fashion is at age 33. And you're getting fatter and fatter. I'm saying this with all due respect, guys. Look at that freaking face. Unbelievable.
And y'all can't come for me for it, okay?
Oh, we can, and we do when we want to.
Because by the time you see this, it's already bought. And also this.
It's not money that you worked for. You have absolutely no sense for valuing what you buy because you are having money thrown at you by YouTube for stuffing your face. And by delivering content that I would not put up if there was money involved, because it's just a joke. It is a joke. You are absolutely unintelligent, incorrigible. You do not learn from your mistakes. Everybody's deserted you, including your family. They don't want to be seen on camera. And yes, I remember that her mother was in the in the last vlog, but she clickbaited it as first time on camera for her mother when she showed up in vlogs in 2019. No, not 2019, in 2020. She is selling everything and everybody down the drain just to make money, and then she flaunts it on camera.
Yep. Okay, guys, so I saw this store on TikTok, so I was like, I kind of want to go, so we're going. You guys, this store is honestly so cute. There's like a little bit of literally everything. Y'all, I think I found my spot. Look at all this colorful paper and pens and markers.
Yeah, and all the notes you've taken over the years and all the planners you bought, and nothing ever helped. All you ever did was help your shopping addiction, help your food addiction, and make all kinds of plans, and never took any action steps. Are you not ashamed yet?
That is amazing. I'm about to be looking at all this.
Oh, and touching everything, even though she's scratching the infections in her skin folds all the time. Disgusting.
Amberland was here. There's my signature.
Yeah.
They also have a ton of like fun pens. Oh my gosh. I literally just fell in love with all this hand soap and like body spray, you guys, but I need to step away because I want to buy one of each. And
Yeah, you need no body spray. You need to take showers more frequently. That's what needs to happen.
I need to like stop right now. Here's Amberland in the wild.
Yeah. No slimming filters on. But the size that she was, let's say from 2019 on. Even though in 2019 she was really big, like Annie Doran said, roughly 700 pounds. Then she dropped a little bit, and now she's, I want to say 600.
Okay, guys, so I personally hate that I even have to talk about this, but
You hate that you have to talk about this? Then why do you talk about it?
I'm going to, because not only is it important to me, but it's also important to my mom. I don't even really
Oh, now you're speaking for your mom, who doesn't say much on your channel?
know where to start. So there is a reaction channel that begs for more side characters on my channel. And they've
Because you suck without any? We all agree on that.
also begged for my mom to be in my videos. So in my newest video, my mom waves at the camera. You see her hand for a second, and then you see her face for a second. That is literally it.
Okay.
And so this reaction channel took it upon themselves to sit there and read every single charge that my mom has or has not, which I'll explain in a second, gotten in her past. So before I clarify or whatever it may be, any of the charges, I just want to say, like, how does anyone expect me to have side characters on my channel if things like this happen?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. You suck when you are in your vlogs by yourself. When you're with other people, and this is where you gained all the real subscribers, not the fake ones that you've been buying since April 2019, but the ones that you legit gained, was because you are such a horror of a human being that every time you interacted with somebody and then like later on talked about what happened, for example, the cereal bowl or the cereal incident, you know, you were caught in lies. And so that's why people kept coming back. They're all hate watchers. But what you don't get is that you shouldn't be outing and doxing your own family and throwing them under the bus time after time after time. There could be somebody like YP that was in your life for roughly 2 years, and I'm being generous here. And even though people tried to find out, where she's from and blah, 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 they didn't really effectively find out much about her. But you trying to exploit and monetize your mom's content again is a joke, because everybody by now knows that she has a rap sheet as long as my arm. And she has been struggling with drug addiction and alcohol addiction and with violent acts. And you know that we know. So why would you see it as fit to allow your mom in your vlogs again? I mean, I get why nobody wants to be in your vlogs, because you're such a horror of a human being and nobody wants to be associated with you. But dragging your mom into your vlogs is not the solution. Drag your imaginary girlfriend into your vlogs. How about that? Use new side characters and not your relatives that you frequently exploit for your own monetary gain. This is my answer to your question.
I'm sorry, but listing off my mom's past charges and the things that she's done over a decade ago on your YouTube channel during a live stream while reacting to my videos, my current videos, is tacky.
Okay, and yet it is public records. So maybe, again, like I just said, you shouldn't be dragging your mom into your vlogs, but somebody new that doesn't have a rap sheet as long as my arm. Do you know what I'm saying? Your mom has committed certain crimes and they are on the internet. Somebody sent me a link to that, and I wonder if it's the same person now. If they're just people that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to theorize on that. But just yesterday, somebody sent me a link to another, to one piece of information of what your mom has done in the past few years. And then by myself, I found the entire rap sheet going from 2011 up. I couldn't find the one about the service dog, though, so if anybody has it, I'm not going to show it on my channel, but I would personally like to understand what happened with that service dog. So apparently Amber's mom beat up her own mom, which is Amber's grandma, and she admitted to doing so on her own Facebook. I'm talking about Amber's mom now, right? So that is all public knowledge, not a public record, but Christine or Kristen made it public. And so I'm not sure what kind of a problem Amber has here. Is she getting butthurt again because she can't control the narrative? She seems to have the same look on her face that she did when Destiny came out with all of her lukewarm tea, or when Beck posted another video. Whenever she can't control the narrative, she gets butthurt.
It's super tacky, and it's all for monetization reasons, and
or maybe because you are a public figure and you don't care about your reputation, and since you don't, why should others? I don't know what reaction channel she's talking about here, but I was sent, again, like I said, I was sent a link to something where, when I did further research, found out what all your mother did. And so I don't know if it's your own mother, if it's your family, or if it's people just in the community that do that. But, yeah, it's, why are you bitter with your audience about what somebody did? You could just write to them, since you know who it is, write to them and say, what are you doing? I want for you to take this down. It's bad enough that you published it in a live stream, but please take the live stream down. Why are you talking to the entirety of your audience again, ranting about something just because you have no control over it, and that is the amount of crimes your mother has committed?
I think it's really pathetic, honestly. So by doing
Okay, so what is pathetic though, what I find pathetic is what you are doing right now. You are addressing the entirety of your audience to rant about your mother's public records. That is absolutely idiotic.
Doing this, like, do you think that's gonna make my mom want to continue being on my channel when people are literally spreading false rumors about her? And
False rumors? What? Okay, that makes me want to post a rap sheet because these are public records, Amber. These are not made-up websites. These are crimes that your mom has committed and has been judged for.
not only that, but digging up things that she did 2 decades ago. So this reaction channel listed off quite a few things. And yes, some of them my mom very much did. My mom is not afraid to admit to the things that she did during her addiction, because when she was on drugs, she did a lot of things that she is very ashamed of. But everything she confronts head on. She takes accountability.
Yeah, unlike you. Unlike you, you never take accountability for anything you said or did.
Even to this day, she takes accountability for things that she did even when I was just a child.
Okay, so she doesn't have a problem with it, only you do. So you were actually planning on dragging your mom into your vlogs, weren't you?
Has a lot of regrets, I can definitely say that, but she is almost a decade sober. I never in a million years thought that would happen, like truly.
Yeah, and I would think she would have already relapsed with the way you were drinking alcohol like there's no tomorrow a few months back. And this was after you moved to Oklahoma, so you are a complete bitch and a cold-blooded person for drinking around somebody that is trying to remain sober. Just saying.
My mom is the epitome of you can change.
Yeah, that is so funny. I mean, the 600-pounder that never changed anything for the better in her life is standing in front of us, telling us that
you can be a better person and you can do good things not only for yourself but for the world.
Then why don't you? Why is your mom not an inspiration to you?
So I just want to start off by saying that yes, my mom has been to jail. My mom has been to prison. She has been in and out of jail and prison ever since I was just a little girl. Same with
again, a rap sheet longer than my arm.
My dad. That is what I grew up with, what I had to deal with. I'm getting emotional. I don't talk.
Oh, you're getting emotional. Oh no. Amber, don't. You are a bitch without any feelings, and so you can take it. And your mom has to take responsibility for all the crimes she's committed. Okay? Let's just keep it real here, right?
I talk a lot about these things. Fuck. The fact that I feel pressured to have to speak on this is ridiculous.
Yeah, because you don't like to be pressured. You rather just brush things off that you have done, right? You, my friend, are lucky that you are still out here and not in prison with the things that you have pulled on your channel, okay?
And it's so wrong on so many levels, and I know a lot of people are just not gonna care. Like, I just feel like this is wrong. But I just feel like I have to speak on this because it's not fair.
Okay. You keep going. I'm gonna post a rap sheet. Because your mother, again, this is public information. Your mother has committed these crimes, so your mother takes responsibility for what she has done, and you don't like it being public information, even though it is. You see how cray-cray that is? How delusional that is? You're always trying to portray a life you're not living. You're talking about an imaginary girlfriend. You're sending yourself gifts just because you can't deal with the fact that you're not latest to ex-girlfriends, but Destiny and Beck are in a happy relationship and you are not. I mean, you are the one that always tries to portray something else. You are the one with a pathetic life. I can't evaluate your mother's life, and it's not my place to do so either. But I don't get the emotional outburst here, which, by the way, comes off as completely fake.
Yes, that is something I dealt with. I was in foster care for a reason.
Don't make this about you. Your mom has committed crimes, some drug-related, others not. And don't make this about you, okay? I have not seen that live stream. I don't even know what reaction channel you are talking about right now. But if the rap sheet was posted, then that is something, you know, it's a public record that was posted on another public platform.
These are things that I do not really talk about. And it's because everything that I say, everything that I do, there's always speculation. There's always people calling me a liar. And
because you are a notorious liar.
I think the subject of foster care, what I experienced in foster care, why I was in foster care, those are things that it's hard for me to touch on
because you keep lying, you keep changing the details, you know?
Because some of the things that I went through sounds like a lie, sounds exaggerated.
No, because you tell certain experiences on your channel, let's say on date A, and then on date B, you tell a totally different version of that. Then you're being confronted about it, and then on date C, you give a third version. It's like your versions keep changing because you are a notorious liar that has absolutely no connection to who she is, what she's experienced, and as such, and that is completely aside from the food addiction that has forced you to eat yourself to this, what we're seeing in front of us right now. You need help. You need professional health care. You should not be flapping your jaws in front of a camera trying to get paid for it, because you are completely off the rails and you need help with that.
Sounds insane, but it's very much stuff that I went through. I'm not saying my life was any worse than anyone else's, it doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is that yes, my mom has made some lousy choices. But there is a rumor going around that my mom went to prison for 5 years for killing a service animal.
Okay. Again, I would like to address my viewers here. If anybody has proof of that, let me know. I couldn't find it, but what I did find was disgusting enough.
I am telling you right now, that never happened. You have the wrong person.
Okay, I don't know about that, but your mother has admitted on Facebook in a Facebook status message that she is going to jail because she has attacked her mother, and she will be back out next month. That is a fact.
My mom has never been to prison for 5 years, period. The longest she was ever in prison was for 2 years. And that was for drug-related charges, which most of them were. My mom would never hurt an animal. And my mom, like, she doesn't care what people think of her.
Okay, but you care? Because you're trying to portray something that you do not have. And that is a life with respect, with moral ethics, with the moral compass. You have none of that. You have no grace, no accountability. All you have is wanting to stuff your face and seem like a celebrity, which you are not. You are being mocked all over the internet.
But my mom came to me about this. Not only people are messaging me privately about it, but they're messaging my mom about it. My mom was confused. She had no idea where this came from because she has never done that. It's obviously another person with the same name as my mom, because that has never happened. And
okay.
if she did do something like that, she would be the one to admit it.
To you, baby, but that is a family matter. That is nothing that needs to be discussed on your channel just because you are still trying to get the views to go back up.
Things that she admits to, the things that she has done in the past, some of it, it's hard for her to admit to, but the fact is, who you are in active addiction is not your true self. And
oh, okay, so we're not supposed to take you seriously at all because you are in an active addiction, in a food addiction that you have absolutely no control over whatsoever. And so what you're saying right now is that Nobody should take you seriously because you're a totally different person, because you're an addict. Because that's kind of what I derive from that.
I'm not making excuses for her. She has changed so much. She is almost a decade sober, completely different person. But I'm not gonna sit here and justify the things that she's done. Neither me or my mom want to do that. But we want to make it very clear that if you're going to name off my mom's charges for a monetization gain on your behalf.
Wow, you are monetizing your mother right now. You are using your mother for monetary gain. You could have just let it go. You could have addressed this with the reaction channel you are talking about. You could have even threatened them. But this is, again, this is public records. And if that was posted on another public platform, I don't see the problem with that. But you are doing this right now for monetary gain.
At least get your facts straight and stop spreading rumors that aren't real. This is not something that I will be speaking about. It's not something that I'm gonna come back on here, clarify this, clarify that, because I think it's bullshit that I even have to do this to begin with.
You don't. You decided to turn the camera on and share this mental diarrhea with your audience.
My mom showed her face for a second. And this is the way that that reaction channel is gonna behave. It's not a good look.
Okay, what is not a good look is that you can't get any side characters back into your pathetic vlogs. Your views are going down and you're trying to reheat every toxic topic there has ever been on your channel, except for maybe what you did to that cat, to Gracie. Do you know what I'm saying? You try to reheat everything for the views to go back up. Now you're trying to drag, for whatever reason, to drag your mom into your vlogs. Leave your mom out of the vlogs. Again, if my mom had a rap sheet as long as an arm, I would shut up about her. You know? Get somebody else to join your vlogs. Get your imaginary girlfriend, or get yourself a girlfriend is actually what I'm trying to say, or a caretaker. Get them to show up in your vlogs. And I know the time has come and gone where you could afford to have somebody in your life and pay them for their presence. You shouldn't have been such a bitch back then. You were taken advantage of back at the time when you had the funds. The caretaker wipey was the last one that you could have thrown money at. And now look at yourself. Now you can't even pay somebody to wipe your ass.
I wish people would get to know the woman that she is now and not go off of, oh, she did this 20 years ago.
Nobody's interested in that. You are the 600-pounder that eats herself into the early grave. That is what most of us are here for. Your mother is not an issue. Okay?
Oh, she did this 15 years ago and she might have done that. Like, no. I just think overall, what my mom did 15 years ago, 20 years ago, doesn't need to be talked about. Like, why?
Okay, but you have absolutely no influence on what we talk about. This kind of, guys, this is giving me cake rant vibes, you know. Now she's trying that again. Most of us live in free countries, and in free countries you can state your opinion, and there's nothing anybody else can do. I mean, look. Let's say, just to give an example, but that time has come and gone too, because I told you back in 2019, either you behave in my live streams or I'm gonna block you on my channel. Remember that time? I told you back then you could come to me and say, look, what you are doing is detrimental to what I'm trying to do on the internet, and that is trying to make a living based off of lying, right? And you could have asked me, and I told you this, you could have asked me to not make these videos anymore. I would have, under one condition, and that is that you stop telling lies, and I would have left you alone. But instead, you just kept lying and coming into my live streams and trying to stir the pot, which never worked. You just ended up getting blocked. And so you have absolutely no influence besides what I just said. When I offered you, I would stop making videos about you if you stopped lying. I would just stop to do you a favor. But you have absolutely no business telling people what they can and cannot say, or what they can and cannot talk about on their channels. Because if any of us had control over what the other one does on their channel, you and Chantal would have been long gone. On some diet farm, you know, trying to lose weight and getting the proper psychological supervision. Not treatment, supervision. Let's keep it real here.
Why does it matter? People literally live lifetimes. If you guys would have known my mom 15 years ago versus the woman she is now, you wouldn't even recognize the two. It's
Okay, what difference does that make? Nobody cares about that.
two completely different people. But regardless, the service animal thing did not happen. That was not my mother. And I just feel the need to stick up for her because
Okay, and when are you done? This has been going on for a few minutes already.
I see how this has hurt her. The fact that people would think that she would do something like that, she would.
Why? You said earlier she doesn't care what people think. You are contradicting yourself just because you want to exploit your mother yet again.
Wouldn't even do that in her active addiction. I think reaction channels need to stop being tacky and they need to react to what I'm saying and what I'm showing currently.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now and you're contradicting yourself within one rant. So you do not want to be analyzed anymore, right?
Instead, people constantly try to drum up some stuff from histories ago. It's just like...
Okay, I agree with that because I have seen it and that is what I've hinted at in the last few vlogs or, you know, one of them. That there are reaction channels that are really digging now. And, you know... I comment on what I see here and I compare it to what you said before and you just contradicted yourself in the same rant within like a couple of minutes apart. Either your mom cares about what people think of her or she doesn't. Or is it just you? Is it your hurt ego that you have to put in your little package of a personality that you have a mother that has committed so many crimes? Because for so many years she was a drug addict. She might not be now, but you cannot erase the past, and that is why Chantal can change her channel name 20 more times. Her past is still going to follow her, and your past is going to follow you, even if both of you did a 180 right now. And you guys have to live with that, and you should have thought of that before you made yourself the lol cows that you are on the internet.
Really? Is that what you have and what you're trying to do? I just think it's really pathetic because...
No, pathetic is stuffing your face at a weight of roughly 600 pounds to cater to the feeders when you should be watching your weight, when you should be watching what you're eating. That is pathetic, okay?
Because, let's switch roles real quick. Imagine if that...
Oh, I wished we could. I wished we could, Amber.
...was happening to you and your mother. Hey guys, so it's been a little bit since I filmed that last clip. And I had to journal afterwards because it put me in a very weird headspace.
Okay, so you stuffed face. Okay, go on.
I really love to journal, like, where I just let my, like, thoughts just fall, even if they make no sense. Like a stream of consciousness, if you will. And I started...
You are completely self-unconscious. You are not self-aware.
Journaling about the aspect of, like... drug addicts becoming sober and them just like looking back at the things that they've done to themselves, to the people around them, their family, while they were actively in their addiction. And it's like getting...
Before you say anything else, that is like you still having an active addiction. You have several. You are a shopaholic, you are a game addict, you're addicted to food. You have still not done anything, not one action step towards healing your food addiction or getting help with that. And so you are currently doing things that you're completely delusional about. And we're supposed to take you seriously. So you're trying to say that your mom, and I can tell you guys, there you can compare a drug addiction and a food addiction because food has chemicals in it or substances in it that make us feel different. And the reason why I know that is because I've read dozens of books about it. And that is, for example, when you're depressed, you are more you're leaning more towards eating chocolate, something creamy, something with chocolate in it, because it has the same substance as an antidepressant. Now, if you're always angry or you're mad at the world or whatever, you tend to want to eat salty foods. There are books about that. Look it up on the internet. It is a fact, and I've been living having food addiction for my entire life, since I can think back, since I was a toddler when I had my first awake thoughts. And that is why, even if she wasn't a liar, she's completely lacking social skills, and she's done things on her channel that are unbelievable. And if we're supposed to believe that her mother did things under the influence of drugs or while trying to get away from drugs that we're not supposed to look at right now, that means that everything she has done in the past almost 11 years, we're not supposed to take her seriously, and we're not supposed to hold her to, because she has forgiven herself. You've heard her say it before. She has forgiven herself and she has moved on, so should we. I love how she keeps repeating that pattern. And repeating the attempt to make us say, okay, let's just move on. Yeah, of course she would like for every day to be day one again, so that we cannot hold her to the fact that she's been around 600 pounds for years on end, while stringing her audience along and trying to make them believe that she does anything to lose weight, which is a complete lie, of course. And so her repeating this is just another slap in the face of her audience.
Sober and not taking accountability is one thing, but getting sober and taking accountability and every day working towards a better you, like, that means something.
Yeah, it does mean something, and you still have not been able to do any of it. You are still in an active food addiction, and you're not doing anything to get help, you're not doing anything to lose weight, and you're holding TED Talks about your drug-addicted mom or your formerly drug-addicted mom. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's powerful, because I know how hard it was for my mom.
No, you don't, because you've never actively worked on your addictions. Never. So you have no idea how hard that was. Never. Because every single day of your life, you're giving in to all of your addictions. Let's just make that very clear right now.
I know how hard it was. And the fact that she
No, you were not even in touch with her. What are you talking about?
was able to do that, and that so many other people are also capable of doing the same thing and improving their life.
Oh, the crying and the generalizing. Hey guys, here's a little bit of information. The rap sheet that I looked at was from, wait, let me look that up really quick, just so that I don't tell you anything wrong. And so the rap sheet that I saw of her mother is from 2011 all the way through 2021. Okay, and before that, let's say starting in 2011, she started her channel in 2013. And so the entire time she wasn't in touch with her mom at all. 2013 until 2020, when she lied about having cancer and her mom came to be with her. Let that sink in.
And there's so many people who are currently drug addicts who haven't changed their lives yet, but they...
Yeah, like you. You are an addict. You don't have to say drug addict. You just have to say addicts. And one is you. And you have not done anything to work on your addiction. Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Will, I don't like the thought of people not being able to move on from, like, their past self when they were in their active addiction.
There we go. Bingo is his name. There she goes again. She's not aware of it. She is actually talking about her mom right now. And she wants for us to let her mom's past go and to just move on. I can do that, but I will hold this one here to hers.
I don't like that people are throwing this in my mom's face, throwing her charges in her face.
Yeah, because you don't want to be held accountable for what you did on your channel. See, your mother did it in her own private life. She was just too dumb to not get caught, so she got caught, she was charged, and she was judged for her crimes. You still haven't been. You're still out here doing the same things again. Just because you were never arrested and put in jail, you see no necessity to stop what you're doing, how you're hurting people around you, how you're neglecting and abusing pets. You don't see any necessity to change anything because you think it's only about you. But your fat ass is on that internet trying to get money for what you put on the internet. And that is why you're being held accountable.
I'm just talking about the ones that are real. I'm not talking about the service animal because that never happened. Like, how are addicts able to move on with their life?
By being authentic, by working on their addiction, by saying, okay, I acknowledge I have this addiction. This has to stop. This is ruining my life. And then you go on from there. You go through the, I don't know, there are so many different ways, but let's say the 12-step program. Or whatever, and then you try to stay away from the substances that you were formerly addicted to, right? Like, for example, in your case, sugar, salt, MSG, grease, all kinds of stuff that you are addicted to. And so you do that, you try to get over your addiction, and you put as much time as you can possibly put between the last time you used that drug and today. That is all you can ever do. It's a daily struggle. It is not easy. It makes no difference what you are addicted to, but that's what you do. But you acknowledge your past and you own up to everything you did in your past. And that is something your mother does. But you, in your Delulu head, you think that you can make people, you can not force people, but you can try to TED talk people into saying, okay, don't bring up my mom's past. It's public records, Amber, and what you did is public records in the sense that you put it on a public platform. Do you know what I'm saying? You can move on all you want. Chantal can put on a costume all she wants. She can show up as a clown for all I care next. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually change, be authentic about it, own up to your mistakes, and move on from that point on. And that is something, a point you have not even reached yet. Your mother has, you have not.
You can't just keep throwing things in their faces.
Yes, maybe not in your mom's. I agree with that because your mom has nothing to do with your channel. And if I was her, I would stay off your channel because you attract a lot of hate. And that is because you have still not owned up to anything you've done or said in the past. There were a few half-hearted, is an overstatement, half-hearted apologies. Some of them it was pretty clear what the hidden agenda was for the apologies. You know, for example, when we had that mass exodus from your channel when you lost 11,000 subscribers within 5 days, more than 11,000, and you came crawling and apologizing, but constantly checking yourself out in the viewfinder and not liking the fact that you couldn't use filters. You know what I'm saying? And so you have yet to come to the point where you say, my name is Amber, not Amberlyn. My name is Amber. I have an addiction. I've been a shit on my channel for almost 11 years. From now on, I'm going to turn things around. I'm going to actively and every day work on my addiction and not just give into it every single day while I'm trying to manipulate and lie to people that watch me.
I don't want anyone to come across my video or just like people in general like talking down about drug addicts. Like, it's just a topic to me that's like hard. And
yeah, but it makes no difference if it's drug addicts or if it's shopaholics, if it's gamblers, you know, it makes no difference. These are all different addictions. Your mother had or has, I don't know, because I don't know her in real life, has had a drug addiction and you are hooked on alcohol, on drugs, on food, you're a shopaholic and a gambler and, you know, a hoarder. You just flaunted that at Walmart a few minutes earlier in the vlog. And so it's not easy to deal with these things. You are not working on any of yours. None of them. Not ever. And so you shouldn't be standing here crying, fake crying, about how you do not want for people to have their past thrown into their faces, just because you do not want to be reminded of what you've done and what you've been doing and are still doing on your channel.
I just can't stand by that. Being a drug addict is a disease. And
being a food addict is a disease. I mean, there are so many addictions that are really hard to beat. One of them is food addiction. Work on any of yours and then come back. Come back to us.
And you do need a lot of help. And after everything my mom...
Yes, you do need a lot of help. So do you. You need a lot of help. You need inpatient care, which now you cannot afford anymore because that time has come and gone. So you need a mental health care professional and somebody that specializes in... I don't even know how to say it without sounding insulting, but so many mental disorders that have made it completely impossible for you to have any kind of connection with reality, is all I'm going to say here.
...has gone through to better herself, and for people to just like do this to her, it kind of like breaks my heart. And
because you don't want it done to yourself, but you have not even taken the step to making it past your addiction. So take a step back, turn the camera off, and work on that.
And it breaks my heart for other people as well. Thankfully, I am able to separate who my mom is now versus who she was. It took some time, trust.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you must be so proud of her. Are you proud of yourself, though? Are you realizing that you've been lying on your channel for almost 11 years just to make a living? Just so that you can sit your fat ass down and not have a job and not interact with real people? You talk a big game. We were recently talking about it in the comments. You talk a big game behind that camera. But if any of us showed up on your real life screen in front of you, you couldn't even waddle away fast enough as people would be able to tell you a few things that might just wake you up. You do not make eye contact with real people. All the people you ever have eye contact with is your mother and the server at the restaurant that you go to, and that is it. Other than that, you are isolating yourself in that apartment and you're talking a big game. But you're not doing anything to work on your own addictions.
Me, and I just hope that like all addicts get that opportunity to change, better themselves, and move on.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I find it unbelievable that you're even bringing this topic up.
After taking accountability for what they've done.
Yeah, which you have not. Can you believe that she's actually using these words and not understanding that what she's saying somebody else is able or was able to do, she's not able to do?
I hope anyone struggling.
You're such a bitch. You've lied way too much about these things and you did not get any help. I'm not touched at all. This is disgusting.
This is just hard.
What is hard? Talking about somebody else's addiction that they beat and you haven't worked on any of your addictions and you're trying to tell us things we're supposed to not do or do? You are quite the piece of shit.
Because, like, my dad is still inactive.
Don't talk about your dad. The last time you mentioned him, or every time you mentioned him, he's in critical condition in the hospital, and then you don't mention him again. Stop talking about your relatives on your channel.
Addict. And it's like...
Yeah, just like you are. And the brother probably is too. I'm just guessing here. But look at her. Not even trying at all, has completely given up.
You guys know my brother. Like, I don't want to go into detail, but like...
You shouldn't. Because if you had, I would have actually posted the rap sheet of your mom just because you've deserved it.
Like, it's still in my family and it's still close to me and it's hard.
Oh, it's hard because you know that you are one of the worst addicts in your family and you still haven't done anything to fix your addiction.
And more than anything, I just hate that this happened and that...
That what happened?
This reaction channel got a laugh out of it. I think it's really sad. But I'm not gonna let this get me down, and it better not get my mom down because she has worked way too hard to feel bad about.
Wait, you've already forgotten that earlier in this vlog or in the beginning of this rant you said that your mom doesn't care what people think of her. You better stick to that.
Herself. I'm sorry that this vlog took this turn, but right now this is reality. But I will see you guys in my next video.
Okay, so completely delulu about her own decisions, about the consequences of her own decisions, continues to stuff face, does not lose weight, but talks a big game about the addiction of others. Noted. I'm out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.